actress, icon, my new best friend, and the real shit, Molly Ringwald.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love you too. You got to know that. I'm terrified of public speaking. I'll just say that right out. Thank you. I didn't write a speech because I didn't want to stress out all day because I have 3 kids. My husband and I have 3 kids, and we don't have that many weekends away. And so we thought we really want to just enjoy this weekend. And I thought if I write a speech, I'm gonna like focus on memorizing the speech, and like it'll be like work. And I don't know. I don't want it to be like work because this is something that I feel really strongly about. This is a part of me. Not that long ago, I was hanging out with the best friend of the person who helps me out with my kids. My babysitter. She also happens to be my cousin, but whatever. She's like, in her early 20s, and she was hanging out with her friend who's also in his early 20s, and we were hanging out together during the summer. And he said, what makes you so supportive of the gay community? He's gay. And it was such an amazing feeling for me because I realized, if I was 19, 20, 16, whatever, I think he came out with it when he was a teenager. And that didn't seem to happen so much when I was a teenager. Kids weren't coming out. They weren't feeling confident to come out and to talk to people, And here was a kid, the next generation, who was already out. He had taken that step. He told his parents, and he's living a life of freedom. And I was really moved by that because I thought, we've really gotten to someplace else. It's very easy to focus on where we're not, but the fact that there's this young man who is able to say that he's gay to his parents, I think is pretty amazing, And, call me an optimist, but I really like to focus on, where we've come instead of where we're not. And I really do believe that, Prop 8 was sort of losing the battle, but not the war. And, when I think about the kind of person I am, a lot of people said, why are you so supportive of the gay community, when you're not gay or whatever. And, I remember when I was a little girl, and my mom would talk to me about the Vietnam War, and she was very strongly opposed to the Vietnam War, but she lived in a small town, and she was the stay-at-home mom. My dad's blind, so she had a lot of responsibilities, but she said, I didn't fight against it, but I was privately opposed to it. And I thought, I respect my mom that she was privately opposed to that, but I don't want to be that person. I want to publicly, I want to be on record. So when there's the time where people say, this is not what we believe in anymore, this is not the law, that my children and my grandchildren could say, like, my mom, my mom did something about that. And that's just, really, really important to me. And lastly, I'd just like to say that it's a huge honor for me to receive this recognition. But more than that, when I think of people that I respect, it's people that have fought against what's expected of them, and they've taken the road that is difficult and challenging, and they've stayed true to their core, which I think is the hardest thing for anybody to do. It's hard for me, it's hard for anybody. And I really respect people that do that. So, to me, that's a club that I want to be a part of. And it means so much to me to have you honor me, to take me into your arms and make me a part of your club, because I respect you so much. So much. And I thank you. Have a good night.